r/black people Twitter. He says. What in the Tyler Perry movie? Included photo. MGCLPCRN14 says. 1. Change the locks. 2. Tell your mother to never do that again. 3. If she tries it again, have them move her into his house. I feel bad for Opus. Disrespected in her own home. The Dark VIP says. This is the only solution. Goldie Goldthorpe says. I disagree. /S1. Slap your brother too. Follow that list is also a viable solution. So there are definitely 2 solutions. Jitter Scaffine says. If he feels so strongly about it, then it sounds like the brother should move the mother into his house. If he demands constant and unrestricted access to the mother, then he needs to accept the responsibility of whatever care she needs. French Taylor says. Yeah, this is a good point. Blurred Sight says. Go to any Asian/Middle Eastern household where the idea is always the oldest son takes care of both the father and mother and the daughters move away to live with their husbands or they live in one big multi-family home. Absolutely crazy. The little boy demands a key, demands open access, but refuses to take her into his place and or help pay for expenses associated with the mom living elsewhere. r/black people Twitter. He says. AA is calling his name. Included photo. Fist Punch Vol 7 says. That shit be sad, man. Now with them, frick, I nips of Fireball in all the store in Nick. They buy them shits by the 12 pack and knock them shits back while waiting for the liquor store to open. Bottles littered everywhere, man. Claymores Revenge says. Nothing like the smell of piss, alcohol, and beau to start your day. When that train wind hits and you get that good waft of sewage and rat. Egon Blackbone says. Those shitty Bodega shots aren't even full strength, and they cost just as much as a real one. Champagne Shots says. Dominican flag, on brand. Bodega by me growing up had owners from drive. Late night, they close up and only serve through a window. One night I asked for a 50-cent cola. Dude goes no pappy, King Cobra number 50 cents. $3 for that pappy. I was 12. Mike Pants says. I was picking up snacks at the Bodega for a BBQ with a girl I had just started dating, and the guy behind the counter said, no beer today. And she didn't stop laughing about that for 2 years. Trash Boat 420 says. Yay, or you help the bartender at the end of the night and hope for an extra drink, or just get to hang around during closing, and of course drink anything that is sitting around, if you get the chance. Somehow shit like that all seemed perfectly normal and rational in my mind, no red flags whatsoever. Alcohol use disorder, or whatever you want to call it, is one of the biggest problems in the country, and is getting worse by the year. I hate it. r/black people Twitter. Barlover Shagnasty says. When the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem starts to look like a nail. Included photo. Chemical Home 6123 says. They finna be down there playing on their phones leaning and shit collecting big overtime. Barlover Shagnasty says. Fidelis ad mortem. Repulsive Eloquent 418 says. Stop and frisk tectonic plates. Deck it out says. Be certain. We will ascertain the true nature of this Ramapo fault. And rest assured, if rats are involved, we will give them no quarter. Nick Crawler says. He'll host a press conference about it at the southern border. Bud Snorkeler Elite says. You'll remember that scene from The Dark Knight Rises. Norma Dog says. This sounds like his best idea yet, though they won't be able to play Candy Crush and Subway Surfer. r/black people Twitter. He says. UberWings to UberWings. Included photo. Deadlift Bruce F says. I want you to imagine the delivery fee. World War J says. It's called Gold Belly, and it is ridiculously expensive. Mathimat says. I felt compelled at one point to order a PK from Gold Belly until I remembered I'm a broke bizacch. Bunny Eye says. They say this, but then wanna complain about the $500 delivery fee. Echo Bay 25 says. This is just Gold Belly. At least when that arrives cold it's supposed to. Festival Pappy says. Nope. Put this in the trash pile. Ordering something that's $11 from a place 10 miles away puts me at about 25 before tip. Now imagine me ordering from the other side of the state. Now imagine the next state over. See where am I going with this? Kptima Keeper says. It'll probably cost less to fly there and get the shit yourself. r/black people Twitter. Dastardly Mime says. May he rest in peace. Included photo. Jenna Beckman says. Don't have black kids if you don't want your descendants to be black. Rissing to Mediocrity says. But what if you really want to raw dog the underaged half sister of your wife, Slave? As you can tell, he had no choice. Too old for act says. Poor guy. Barbed Sea Cucumber says. The family chin. Professor Finisher 13 says. Dog I see it. Shazam 530 says. You already know he looking up upset at his descendants. Black Oxney says. Looking up. Dr. Mantistobagan says. Crazy to think his 6th great grandma was raped by a founding father. Jefferson did a lot, but he was a deprived piece of shit. Thedabasajud says. Jefferson once took Sally Hemings with him on a trip to Paris. Technically Jefferson's daughter did, but semantics. During the trip, she was amazed at how people of color were treated. BC they were free there, so the CMF said he'll give her privileges if she returns to Monticello. This girl was 16 years old at the time. Agreed, though the sage of Monticello was a twisted dude. r/black people Twitter. EZO 89138 says. Damn bro, you win. Included photo. Kangaroo says. Damn, goob level hatred. I ain't seen that since. Well, goob. K.Thutha says. I'm not even one of your soldiers, so don't even think about sending me no battles. I don't care if it's your weakest ones, not for me. Slow Loris 49 says. What movie is this shot from? I already wanna watch it cause of this. The counselor says. Meet the Robinsons. Doesn't get nearly talked about enough in terms of top tier Disney movies. Thispic ain't free says. IDK how, but this tweet has big scene energy. Enigmatic 68 says. This is entirely too real. Trezzy 1242 says. Who God bless no man can curse. r/black people Twitter. Mediocre Heart 3032 says. Jonah Hill. Included photo. Keep It IR says. This can't be real. Crisis Counselor says. I'd hate to live a life of random strangers snapping and consenting photos of me and then posting, writing, and reporting on it like it's everybody's business. Shit is crazy. Contemplating Prison says, I hate that we as a society think this shit is appropriate. It's weird. The Queen says, mediocrates. Man. Mental Patient 97051 says, what kind of dead brain zombie gives a shit what Jonah Hill is wearing while out shopping? Discage says, looks like he's about to start a white supremacist cult in the foothills of Idaho. Jodaman says, strong quest giver vibes. Syracuse 5 says, I don't think this'll ever be not funny to me. Owning Stibiscuit says, Jonah over the hill. r/black people Twitter. He says, track 6, is it a frick I'm crying that I still love you? Included photo. Ordained Fury says, coast to coast. La to Chicago. Got 'em, now y'all got me about to fire up some sard at work lol. 360 controller says, frick it about to jam out to Depithet says, didn't I give you all that I've got to give, baby? I was just listening to Sard yesterday. Her songs never get old. Volcara says, I gave you all that I have inside, and you took my love. You took my love. Genie Yusuf Love 74 says, in 2002, I was dating someone, and during our bedroom time, we wore out the Sard Love Deluxe album. After we broke up, I couldn't listen to it again. It was just too hurtful. Tainted Bra says, sure, Sard got the soulful love joints, etc. etc. But whenever Pearls comes on I'm hit with a crushing sadness. Like watching the music video for MJ's Earth Song, or listening to Slip In by DMX. That's all for this video, thank you for watching, please subscribe.